All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you so very much for joining us. If you're able to see my screen, you're looking at what appears to be an opportunity for 2017. Chances are you've been approached by someone that asked you something like, if time and money were no issue, where would you go? You might have even laughed at the thought because for some of us, including myself, if you asked me that question 3 years ago, traveling was not on my itinerary. My itinerary included things like paying my bills and robbing Peter to pay Paul and that sort of thing. I wasn't thinking about traveling anywhere. However, I did take a look at the travel industry as a source of income. And my mentors shared with me how we could travel places and be able to write those places off on our tax returns, 100%. That sparked my attention because I'm always looking at trying to get over with Uncle Sam in a legal way. Could you imagine if you could actually book a trip to go to Dubai, and when you got there, not only did you get paid a commission, but you were able to write it off on your taxes? What about if I told you if you actually became a travel professional, it wouldn't cost you a dime to go to Disney? I mean, in fact, all it would cost you is whatever it takes for you to get there. As a travel professional, when you conduct research and discovery at places like Disney and Princess Cruise Lines and Carnival Cruise Lines, you're either going free or at a significantly discounted rate. You see, we're getting ready to head to Vegas in April, and I'm super excited about this because I've never been to Vegas before ever in my life. But I know enough to know that every single one of my expenses, to include my hair getting done, is going to be documented because this is now a business expense for me. What I have come to learn is that the possibilities in this business are limitless. So in about, 10 or so days, I'm actually getting ready to take my very first cruise. The key word there, ladies and gentlemen, was very first cruise. And I want to tell you why. You see, I actually chose to open up my own travel franchise. And I'm for certain that whoever invited you to the line tonight actually asked you to take a look at this business opportunity. However, what I want to do tonight is take you behind the scenes for a day in the life of a travel professional. Because at the end of this call, you'll actually be able to choose whether or not this is something that you can see working for your family. But how can you see it if I don't show you the vision, right? So take a look at your screen. If you're looking at it right now, you're seeing a website that's functioning fully right now. When you choose to open up your franchise, you're actually going to have this exact same website, and you can name it whatever you want. I chose to name my company Girl Let's Go. So I have this website where my friends, family members, and social circles can go to book travel. When they book from my site, they're actually booking from a site that's powered by Priceline. You see, we're not some rink-a-dink company, Joe Schmo's travel company, and we kind of have okay pricing. No. Priceline is one of the most prestigious companies out there in terms of the travel industry and how they look at having competitive pricing. So I can rest assured whenever I send friends or family members to my site, they're going to get something that's comparable to Cheap Tickets, Travelocity, Garagio, and all of those other places out there. Pretty comparable, if not the same or better. What a lot of people don't know is that Priceline actually has a huge share in the in the travel industry. So whenever your client tries to go somewhere like Booking.com or Goda.com or even AAA.com, they're actually going to get the same pricing there that they would got if they had checked out at my website. That's what private labeling is about, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of private labeling, you can see that my picture is loaded here, my contact information is here, and once my client comes to my website, they can book cruises, flights, hotels, car rentals, vacation packages, and even go back to retrieve their itinerary. So now you're wondering, okay, all that's great, but how do you do it? Well, first and foremost, you do it by logging into your back office. Once you actually open up your travel franchise, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have exclusive access to a back office that allows you to have information put in front of you that's proprietary. Okay, we want to make sure that you have the tools that you need to succeed. So one of those tools is having industry-wide certification that's recognized anywhere. You want to come into this business and enroll in our Extreme Travel University. And I'm happy to tell you it's absolutely free as long as you do it within the month of January. Now, when I click on this Extreme Travel University, I'm going to introduce you to a platform that has been able to educate travel agents all over the globe. It doesn't matter where you are from. It doesn't matter what your time frame is. We have people who have come into this industry and been able to complete their training online within 24 hours. Now, me, on the other hand, it took me 3 days, but I'm very meticulous, and I like to learn everything that there is to know about something that's going to make me money. But if you look here, it's not rocket science. There's 7 modules. Each one of these modules have different areas where we train you, like training you to speak the terminology of a travel agent, understand that. Also, showing you the geography of the world so that way you know where you're sending your clients to. We teach you about all the things that you can do with your travel business, from booking cruises to even those NFL tickets that are going hot right now in Atlanta. I am loving selling these tickets. We also give you step-by-step training so that way you learn how to book your reservations, how to put the documents together, and even send off those quotes. You can see here that we itemize everything that you're going to learn so that way you're confident in knowing when you complete your training and you print out this certificate, you are super excited and you are ready to book travel. So here is my certificate, ladies and gentlemen. So now your next question is, okay, I got certified. What can I do with the certification? Well, this is actually your gateway into the travel industry. This means when you call any vendor, you can announce yourself as a certified travel professional with Extreme Travel. You'll be privy to certain pricings and specials and deals and even some personal incentives that they don't release to the general public. But the fun part is also in making the money. Like when you begin to work with vendors like Vax. Vax is like a conglomerate website. When you go and you input your client's information here, this website will return to you several quotes from several vendors for you to consider. I like to say a travel agent is like a dream catcher. Our primary job is to collect the details about our client's dreams and turn it into a reality. That's it. So once you get those details, ladies and gentlemen, you'll come into whichever vendor you choose, you'll put that information into the system, and then it'll return a quote. Now I'm going to take you to a quote that I just did for one of my favorite clients, Mr. Rawls. Everybody knows about Mr. Rawls, and you're going to know about him too. See, Mr. Rawls came to me knowing that he wanted to spend less than $6,000 for his vacation for he and his wife. He had already been online price shopping. You see, that's what clients do. When they come to you, they already know what price they're willing to spend. They've already been looking. They want to know if you can meet or beat their price. So when Mr. Rawls came to me and told me his budget, I entered in his information into the system, and I allowed the system to do the hard work and give me a return of different options for him to choose from. So if you scroll down to this package, I want you to see what the system did for me. The first thing that it did for me is it gave me flight information. I had a long list of flights that I could choose from. It narrowed it down to the best time. Now, if I can just ask really quick, if everyone could please make sure that your line is muted so that way we don't hear whatever you have going on in your background, I'll go ahead and continue. But one self-check, please make sure your phone is on mute. Okay, so it gave me the flight information, okay, down to the flight number and every detail about that flight. The hard work was done. Then it gave me several options to choose from for his accommodations. Now, we chose the Chic Hotel in Punta Cana. This resort is absolutely breathtaking. It is a 5-star resort. Not only did he stay at a 5-star resort, but he actually stayed in the swim-up suite. It was amazing. He was a Diamond Club member. Not only was I able to beat his price of $6,000, but I was also able to get him $300 in resort credit. I was also able to get him exclusive diamond amenities on that particular resort, meaning they were able to go to the mansion that was there and a private sector where only Diamond Club members could go. What I like about being a travel professional is that my vendors take out all the guesswork for me. So as you see right here in red, there are all kinds of advisories that I might want to share with my client. For instance, if they were traveling around Easter, I might want to tell them that motorized sports might be banned and also alcohol may not be available. So trust and believe, our vendors want to make sure that you're giving your client all of the necessary information. I could book all kinds of excursions once they get there, to include zip lining, 4x4s, swimming with the dolphins, all kinds of things to do. But Mr. Wiles wanted a passionate experience for he and his wife, so they did the Dr. Fish Ocean Spa. This is one of the most prestigious massage tours that they actually have out there in the Bavaro. If you ever go to Punta Cana, you definitely want to check it out. What I'm showing you here is that the vendors take out all the hard work once you put in the information. The total package price for Mr. Wiles was $56.96. So right off the bat, I was able to cut his budget of $6,000, and I was able to send him with a lot of amenities and $300 in resorts. It probably took me about 2 hours collectively between phone calls and emails and baby crying and cooking chicken to get this quote done. But ladies and gentlemen, when I did, I earned a commission of $668.67. This is not bad for 2 hours of work. Would you agree? Again, I'm taking people's dreams and turning it into a reality. Listen, we have people trying to go everywhere. Cruising right now is getting ready to boom. Tax season is right around the corner. People are ready to go. Ask anybody, what do they want to do when they have more time off or when they retire or if they hit the lotto? And I promise you, travel is going to be one of the top 3, if not the first thing out of their mouth. So for those of you who have friends and family members that are getting ready to spend some of that tax money on going on cruises, let me show you what one of our business partners has done for us. Well, Carnival Cruise Lines is one of our many business partners. And when you open up your travel franchise, you will become partners with these companies as well. You're almost like an extended representation of that company. And let me show you why. See, companies understand that travel agents actually book approximately 80% of the vacation that is booked worldwide, okay? So when they understand this, they also know how important it is for us to have good experiences and word of mouth. So what they've done is they've enabled us to have private access to their inventory so that way we can offer our clients all of the necessary trips that they need in order to have a great time. We have all of the training at our fingertips. If you look here at the bottom of the screen, I could click here and I could have access to promotional brochures, training with Carnival Passport, all kinds of latest news, and travel agent sweepstakes. Ladies and gentlemen, this right here, you want to check it out. But what I'm going to do for tonight is I'm actually going to do a booking with you so you can see how hard it is to be a travel professional, shall we? So let's imagine that you opened up your travel franchise. You began posting on Facebook. Heck, you even went to work and told a couple coworkers, and of course you called your best friend and your mom. Well, they've been talking and spreading the word, and someone contacted you and said, listen, I want to take a cruise, okay? So you logged into your Carnival Cruise. Let's see, it's 8:45 right now. You logged into your Carnival Cruise portal, and you begin to put in the information that your client gave you. So your client says, listen, I'm looking at going somewhere around the 1st of March, 1st of May. Not really sure on the dates, but give me some pricing. So you begin to ask your client questions like, where do you want to go? He says, maybe the Caribbean, okay? You're not particularly sure which ship that you want to put her on, but you know that she wants to depart from Miami, Florida, and she's told you she can only do maybe 5 days at the most. So you're entering in this information. This is going to be a family trip. This will be, say, your best friend, her husband, and their 3 children. So we're going to put 5 people in this cabin. Now, your best friend didn't tell you this, but I'm just going to click here on this inner line check box right there, because inner line is where travel professionals get a chance to get a discount, and we want to make sure that we can see that discount for this booking. All right, so we've got the preliminary information from our client. Now what we want to do is see what is available out there. So now what Carnival has done is they're returning all of the ships that meet the criteria that we've entered into the system, okay? When you look at this line for line, it tells you everything that you need to know. The ship is departing on April 10th for 5 days. It's an Eastern Caribbean cruise. You don't even know where it's going, but if you click on it, it tells you. It's going to the Bahamas and Grand Turks. They've got a fun day at sea. They're going to have a super duper fun vacation. So which one do we want to choose? The 317 or the 527? Well, I'm going to go with the 317, right? From this point, now I want to see what kind of discounts are available out there for my client, because everyone wants a great deal for a super low price. So now Carnival is giving me all of the different promotions that they have going on right now. We see the early saver dropping that price down to a whopping $257. We also have the inner line, $245. Were you listening when I told you that the inner line discount is for travel professionals? Okay, so you see that we have the lowest price here. So let's go ahead and click and see what kind of rooms are available on the ship. You see, we are able to tap into the system real time. We're able to get the same promotions and the same pricing that your client would see if they went to carnival.com. So we have everything from interior to ocean view and even some suites available. For the purposes of this particular call, let's go ahead and put them in an ocean view suite. Okay, so we're going to get a quick quote. Now, I often come across a lot of people who say they don't have a lot of time. If you don't have a lot of time, I just want to give you a time check. We've been booking this particular cruise for about 3 minutes. And if you were to just take 3 minutes of your time, get this far, and enter in your client's email address right here and hit the send button, you can send them a quote. They're going to do what they're going to do anyway. And you can rest assured that your pricing is the same as Carnival. But knowing you, you're going to give them personalized service, and the relationship with them is not going to end there, right? All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we have. I want to bring your attention to the agent view, and we're looking at the second line here, which is the commission line. Well, I keep highlighting everything. But you see, for each particular guest that boards the cruise, you're actually earning a commission. This is a great example because a lot of people don't realize that when you book a cruise, the first two people generally pay a higher rate, and then the third, fourth, and fifth person usually have a significantly reduced rate. So we can see that for the first two clients, we earned $56.80. But for clients 3, 4, and 5 who only paid $10 for their cruise rate, right, it was only $1.60 we earned in commission. Who cares? At the end of the day, we earned $118.40, and I started this tutorial with you 5 minutes ago, talking and yapping my mouth and training you and showing you how easy this is to do. Anybody on this line have a problem with sacrificing 5 minutes of their time to take your client's dreams and turn it into a quote? It's simple, guys. What I want you to understand about the travel industry is we're not salespeople. You can't force a person to take a trip to Jamaica. But by golly, if they're ready to go, you can definitely make sure they have your contact information and they know how to get to your website and they know how to contact you. That's all it is. It's like a person wanting to make sure that they have a mechanic's number in their phone. And trust me, since my alternator went out this week, it was definitely great to call a mechanic that I knew. So when you look at this, ladies and gentlemen, now I want to just invite you to dream a little further. I told you this booking was for your best friend. But what if your best friend came back and said, you know what, actually, I want to take about 25 more people with me. I got to tell my coworkers and my friends, and we're going to do a girls trip, and they're bringing their family too. That just turned this booking into a group booking. And now you have about, 8 cabins that you're going to be booking for this group. For every 8 cabins that you book, you're actually able to earn a free cruise booking with your client, with the supplier. Let me define what I mean by free. By free, I mean you're going to pay your taxes, your port fees, and your expenses. But everything else on top of that, that's waived for you as a travel agent. And this is for every 8 cabins that you put together. So now I want you to think about your church. When's the next time that they're planning a women's retreat? Perhaps you might want to ask them if they want to go on a cruise for that. What about your family reunion? How about your Zumba crew? The possibilities are limitless. One thing that we know, ladies and gentlemen, people are traveling day in and day out. So what we want you to do is to take another look at this business. We want you to see yourself being able to come in and to make money. There are a lot of reasons why people enter into this business for their own personal use. Some of it is a travel perk. Some of it is the fact that, of course, you're going to get paid to travel, the low pricing. The tax write-off is a big one, but the income potential is absolutely amazing. See, this Inforium is about sharing with you the booking side of travel. What you fail to realize is we have 22 ways to earn income. We have an entire franchise department that allows you to expand your business globally and bring in 6 streams of residual income. This changes things, ladies and gentlemen. For me, it changed my whole financial landscape. So you're only considering a portion of this business right now, but it has been the one portion that has made a true impact in my life and so many others. It's the exciting part. It's the part that everyone wants to do. I want to close you tonight by letting you know that when you choose to open up your travel franchise, you're going to be in business for yourself, but not by yourself. We have an arsenal of training tutorials and different things that you can access at your fingertips. All you have to do is get to your phone or your computer. Here, what you're looking at is our team website that is filled with all kinds of apps, tools, resources, Facebook trainings, everything that you need to know to come in and make money, down to selling those Falcon tickets that are selling like hotcakes right now. One of the things is you'll have to be a member of this organization and have a franchise open in order to access it. So as soon as you make that decision to open up your franchise, we definitely want to put those resources in front of you. So what's it going to take? $99.95 to open up your travel franchise. Of course, because we are a legitimized business recognized by the tax industry, right, we have to make sure that we have a monthly overhead. This makes sure the IRS knows that this is a business and not a hobby. Your monthly overhead is $69.95. What I'll tell you about that, ladies and gentlemen, is if you're coming into this business with a mind frame to do business and to make a profit, that shouldn't be a problem. We have so many ways that you can come in on day one and begin advertising and marketing your services. You really can pull your business overhead out of your profit and not out of your pocket. As a franchise educator with Vacation Travel, my job is to make sure that you have 110% of the facts. But I can only do that by making sure that I open up the line and see if we have any questions out there. So if you're on the line tonight and you're rocking in your chair or you've been jotting down notes and you have a question, please do not hesitate to ask. We're family here, and I want to make sure that you're able to make a sound decision as to how this business is going to work for you and your family. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock the line one more time on your end. If you don't plan on speaking, please make sure that your phone is on mute so that way whoever is talking has a crisp line to speak on. Please stand by. All right, so the line is open for questions, and I'm ready to give you some answers. Do we have anybody on the line with any questions, any comments, or who would like to share what they liked about what they saw tonight? Not a one. Do I have a business partner on the line who would like to share a testimony about their experience with vacation? I absolutely love hearing a testimony.
Ms. Rogers?
Yes, ma'am.
This is Kim Perkins speaking.
Hey, Miss Kim, how are you tonight?
I'm great. How about yourself?
Pretty good, thanks.
I just wanted to share that, guys, the commission on the cruises is the truth. Since I got into business, I've been doing cruises every year, and the commission is phenomenal. And they pay you. By the time I get home and unpack and get situated back at work, my commission is in my account. From commission from my last cruise, I was able to pay off my truck. Commission from another cruise, I was able to remodel my bathroom. So guys, believe me, it works. It pays, it works, and it's a lot of fun, and it's very profitable. So that's all I have to say. I love cruising, so that's what I focus on. Do what you like and make money from it. Back to you, Miss Rogers.
I love it. You know, I'm definitely going to be getting with you to get some tips on what to pack, especially for these kitties. So thank you so much for that. Before ending the line tonight, I just want to ask one more time if we have anyone that has a question that I can answer. All right, great. It's been a pleasure making sure that you had 100% of the facts tonight. My name is Tanisha Rogers. I want to ask you to stand by the line. You should be receiving a call within the next few minutes from whoever invited you to the line tonight. All they want to ask is simply 2 questions. What did you like about what you saw tonight? And what is it going to take for you to get started? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tanisha Rogers. Thank you so very much for joining us again tonight, and we look forward to seeing you in business and getting paid on the beaches of the world. Have a good night.